Welcome back, dear viewers, to the Gothic Diaries, where we unravel tales of darkness and despair that linger in the depths of the human soul. Today, we present to you a haunting story of grief, where a widow's sorrow opens the door to a sinister presence. Brace yourselves as we delve into an eerie tale that will leave you questioning the boundaries of love and the depths of darkness that can emerge from sorrow's embrace. The house stood silent and cold, its halls echoing with the whispers of tragedy. Margaret, a grieving widow, clutched her husband's blood-stained shirt, a grim relic from the fateful road accident that had torn him from her arms. Consumed by despair, she locked herself away in her room, unwilling to let go of the last physical remnant of her beloved. Days turned into nights, and Margaret's isolation grew deeper. At first, her family believed she needed solitude to mourn, to process her anguish in solitude. But as time passed, they noticed a change in her demeanor, a disturbing shift in her conversations. She spoke to someone unseen, someone lurking in the shadows, claiming to be her deceased husband. Fear gripped her family's hearts as they listened to Margaret's hushed whispers and desperate pleas. Something darker had seized upon her vulnerability, impersonating her late husband to torment her fragile mind. It fed on her sorrow and fear, relishing the emotional anguish it stirred within her. As the days wore on, the imposter manifested itself more boldly, slowly transforming into the very figure of Margaret's husband. It mimicked his voice, his touch, and even his loving gaze. Deception dripped from its every pore, disguising its insidious nature beneath a guise of familiarity. Margaret, lost in her grief-stricken delusion, believed her husband had returned to her. But this sinister entity had no intention of bringing solace or healing. Its insidious purpose was to devour her soul, to consume the essence of her being until she was but a hollow vessel. With every passing moment, it grew stronger, its grip on her mind tightening, pushing her to the brink of madness. Yet, fate intervened in the form of Margaret's concerned father and brother. Unable to bear her suffering any longer, they resolved to rescue her from the clutches of this evil force. Armed with courage and determination, they broke into her room, their eyes filled with anguish and love. The imposter, sensing the imminent threat to its existence, recoiled with fury. But Margaret's father and brother were resolute. In a final act of desperation, they seized the bloodied shirt, the catalyst for this dark charade, and set it ablaze. Flames devoured the fabric, eradicating the source of the darkness that had plagued their beloved Margaret. As the shirt disintegrated into ashes, the imposter let out a blood-curdling wail, a haunting lamentation of its imminent demise. Shadows writhed and twisted, retreating into the abyss from whence they came. Margaret, freed from the clutches of this malevolence, collapsed into her family's arms, trembling and weeping with relief. The horror that had plagued their lives was vanquished, but the scars it left behind would forever serve as a reminder of the dangers that lurk within grief-stricken hearts. Margaret's family vowed to support her through her healing, to be a beacon of light in the darkness that had temporarily consumed her. And as the embers of the shirt faded to dust, a flicker of hope ignited within Margaret's soul. She would carry the memory of her husband with her, not as a specter haunting her existence, but as a source of love, guiding her towards a future where sorrow and terror held no power over her fragile spirit. As we bid farewell to Margaret's tale, let us remember the profound lessons it imparts. Grief, while a natural part of life, can make us susceptible to unseen forces that prey upon our vulnerability. Yet, through the strength of love, the power of family, and the resilience of the human spirit, we can triumph over even the darkest of shadows. May Margaret's story serve as a beacon of caution, urging us to support one another during times of sorrow, to remain vigilant against the encroachment of evil,